A very good evening to all of you. A very good evening to all of you, and wishing you all happy International Day of Yoga and happy World Music Day. This is the first live session that I'm doing from my music school Raag-Maala's Facebook page, and I'm very happy to interact with all of you. A little bit about today's session. Today is, as we all know, International Day of Yoga and World Music Day, and to celebrate both these days, this is a live session which has there'll be three speakers speaking on three different topics. First, it's me. I'll be speaking about Omkar Sadhana and my experience with yoga and fitness. The second speaker is Dr. Chaitanya Kunte, who is a renowned harmonium player, who is a renowned musicologist and composer, and he's my long-time associate. We have been associated for more than 25 years. He's also my Guru Bandhu, and I'm very happy that he so willingly agreed to come and share his thoughts about musicians, mind and body, and Indian approach. His topic is going to be very interesting. The third speaker is Mrs. Sadhana Kale, who is a yoga expert. She will speak about yoga and its importance in a musician's, in an artist's life. And actually, it is not only limited to an artist, it is also useful for everybody who leads a sedentary lifestyle because of the kind of jobs they have. So her session will be very useful for all such people amongst us. So yes, so now I'll begin with my topic. For me, very honestly, I have been a musician all my life. I've been a practicing musician. I'm a teacher, and so my work has been completely sedentary. My profession has demanded that I sit in one position for prolonged periods of time, and inherently being quite a lazy person, to be very honest, I've never gone out of my way to get out of this sedentary lifestyle of mine. But then recently my body started giving me warning bells. Then even those I chose to ignore, and I just kept on and on and on with my very sedentary and quite lazy lifestyle. But then those bells, instead of tinkling, they started becoming gongs, and then the sound was really loud, and then I had to address it. So for the past year now, I have been practicing yoga, and I have been very consciously indulging in physical activity like walking, doing slightly different exercises, and being very consistent about it. And it has really and truly altered so many things for me. So that's why I thought that I can now share some of my experiences with you. So as musicians, we always link music with yoga because it's a Swar-Yog, it's a sadhana. So when we say that music is a sadhana, it means that our body and our mind have to be very much in tune with each other. And as musicians, I don't think too many of us are really aware of the importance of having a fit physique. We only think, when we think of being a musician or striving to be a musician, we always think in terms of I want to practice more, I want to listen more. That's correct, that has to be done. But in order to get a better quality out of yourself, you need to have a very good and comfortable physique also. Your posture has to be correct, your breathing has to be correct, and generally the whole body has to be very nice and free, so that the oxygen intake is more, and the mind is fresh, active, positive, and all these things make a vast difference in your music. And this is truly the case, because I have realized it because of my own experience. You become a more positive person, you become more controlled, your concentration level becomes better, and generally everything starts improving. But you need consistency, as you need consistency with Riyaz. So this is generally the introduction of why I decided to do this Facebook live session today. Now my topic, it won't be a very long topic. It'll be I just want to share some things about Omkar Sadhana. What do we need as classical musicians? What are our basic requirements? That we need to have immense control over our sur, and so that the sur can stick to a frequency, it doesn't waver, and also that the voice attains such a, the timbre of the voice should also improve in quality, because that's our medium, and that's how we are going to convey our music to the audience. The voice is our medium, and through that we convey our art to the audience. So that voice has to be taken care of, it has to be improved. And Omkar Sadhana helps a lot with that. Firstly, it steadies your mind, it steadies your voice, and it gives it a resonant quality, which is very important, so that slowly and gradually you yourself start enjoying your own voice. You yourself start to getting to know your own voice. You know what that voice can or can't do. So a regular consistent practice of Omkar for however much time, like at least 5-10 minutes every day, helps a lot. Omkar and humming. So how does one go about it? Probably many of you know this subject, but this is mainly for those who are new to the topic. So let me just turn on my Tanpura for a bit. My Tanpura is tuned to A sharp. So what I have practiced is singing Omkar on first, because this is done ideally early in the morning when everything is quiet in the outside world and everything is quiet also in the inside world, in the mind. So that is the best time to practice Omkar. So what you can do is first start by singing Omkar on Sa. The O sound should be for the first 3 or 4 seconds, and later on it should go on very gently into the humming sound. If some of you have your Tanpuras ready, you can also sing with me. That would also be nice. Okay. So first we will sing Omkar on Sa. The posture has to be correct. You have to sit straight, don't slouch. Sit straight, breathe properly. Be very aware of your breath, and before you start singing, just let the breath settle inside for half a second and then sing. Because if you breathe and if you immediately sing, then the whole thing comes out in a blast. But to have a nice sustained sound, you have to let the breath just settle down for half a second. So let's try. Prolong it for as long as your breath allows you to. As long as your voice can remain nice and steady. Now, on Shuddhani, same way. Shuddha Dha. Sorry. Mandra Po. Then go on, if you can go to Mandra Ma. If you can't go directly, you can go from Pa to Ma. And if some of you can go lower than that, that's also fine, that you can do. And of course this practice is done in your own scale. My scale is A sharp, so I am practicing A sharp, but you can do accordingly to whatever your scale is. Okay? So after singing Omkar in Shuddha Swars, we'll try the tonal notes of the Mandra Sapta. For now, first we'll only concentrate on the Mandra Sapta. Okay? So once more, Sa in the Mandra Sapta, once. कोमल में. Then, since we have not sung Tivra Madhyam, we will include Tivra Madhyam in this also. And then come back to Sa. How long do you do this? It depends on how much time you have. Depends on your time availability. But depending on your time availability, what I would suggest is to quantify your riyaz. So if you have 10, 15 minutes, then you can do Omkar and Sa 5 times. Then for the rest of the swars you can do each Omkar twice. But what you have to make sure is that because it's such a limited time, you have to make sure that every Omkar counts. Not one Omkar should be wasted because you were not attentive, because something happened, is not listening to the Tanpura. That shouldn't happen. Every Omkar, every repetition should count, so that you get the benefit of all the Omkars that you have sung on all the swars. Then after that, going on to the Madhya Saptak, you can instead of Omkar, you can do humming, which is also extremely effective. Humming gives your voice the same effects as Omkar. It gives your voice resonance, it gives your voice depth, it gives your voice the ability to hold on to a note. With Akar, Ikar, it's a little difficult to hold on to that voice, to that particular note. It comes in practice, comes after practice, it has to come. But humming is a more sure shot way and slightly more easier way of stabilizing the voice. Okay, so we will do humming first on Shuddha Swars, Sa Re Ga Ma Pa, and then on the Komal Re Ga and Tivra Ma. Just humming. And one more thing, when you do Omkar or when you hum, make sure that all your cavities are resonating with that sound. It shouldn't become a closed sound, or it shouldn't strain you in any way. It should be very nice, very easy, and it should resonate all over your body. It happens gradually, it doesn't happen immediately. If you start practicing Omkar or humming tomorrow, it's not going to resonate that well. But the most important thing that you have to understand is that you're not going to put any kind of pressure, any kind of force on the Omkar or the humming. Okay? So we'll just hum on the Madhya Saptak Sa. When you end, make sure to taper it off nicely. Don't just end it like when a bulb is switched off, there is complete darkness. No, it has to have a dimmer. The Omkar or the humming has to have a nice dimmer so that the sound fades away gradually. Okay. Once more, let's hum on Sa. Then Shuddha Re. Then now, coming down, we'll take first Tivra Madhyam. Once more. Then Komal Gandha. Komal Rishabh. And back on Sa. Again, the same thing. You have to take a deep breath. You have to wait for the breath to settle down and then start humming. If you can't find that resonance, you could just try for a few days probably. You could try the hum sound. Instead of directly humming, you can actually say the ha. The duration of her is very little, just to get you started. And once you get the hang of the humming, you can directly start humming. That way. In humming, you can also practice volume variations. Humming is an extremely beautiful way of practicing volume variations. So again, the dimmer thing that I told you about. But this dimmer we use throughout our swar that we are going to sing, throughout the duration of our swar. So initially the light is very bright, then we slowly gradually dim it, then we again make it bright, and we dim it and then we fade it out. Let's try it on Sa. to dim, again dal to dim, and then just fade it out. You can try this on you can try this till the Madhya Saptak pa, but after that humming becomes a little strenuous for the voice. So it's better just to stick to that much. After that you can try the volume variation in Akar or Ikar or any other vowel that you wish. Okay. So this is just a little bit about Omkar and Swar Sadhana. It's a thing, if you do it every day, if you do it consistently, you are sure to get wonderful results with this. So again, wishing you a very happy Yog Day and Music Day. Stay fit, stay happy, and sing well. And one more thing, one last thing that I have to tell you, that I have to share with you. We all know that music is an art which depends very heavily on our ability to listen well. You have to be able to listen very, very well to what you sing, what you hear when you are hearing somebody singing, or when you are being taught. So the quality of your music is absolutely directly proportional to how well you can listen. The better you listen, the better you are going to be able to sing, because the better you are going to be able to identify the swars, and the better you are going to be able to relate to the swars. So this is also an exercise. We have to practice with our vocal cords, yes, but we also have to make our ears much more sensitive. And in this day and age, that is something that is becoming very, very difficult to do because of the tremendous noise that we have around us. But we as musicians, we have to, and this is especially for the students of music, not for the practicing musicians, but for the students, you have to sensitize your ears, you have to sensitize your mind, your heart so much more to the swar, so much more, and only then you will be able to become good musicians. So thank you so much for listening to me, and our next speaker is Dr. Chaitanya Kunte, and he'll be here in like half a minute. So don't go away.